ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Late Night Baltimore. We're here Monday, and we're doing this the only way we know how, with the three things: the rant, the roast, and the closer. This one should make your blood pressure spike. Trump Media, the company that owns Truth Social, rolled out something called Truth API. They're selling high-frequency trading to high-frequency trading firms and banks the fastest possible feed of posts from the Truth Social platform's most influential accounts, including the President of these United States himself. The price tag is $100,000 a month. Some reports say $6,000 if you lock in for 3 years. They're selling unpublished drafts. They're selling speed, milliseconds ahead. But all of these posts are shaping the market when they do come out. So this is the ultimate in insider trading. The posts go public at the same time, but the paying customers get the data feed faster than a regular notification or someone just refreshing the app. Markets already move on these posts. Trump's own company said it out loud. Markets already move on Truth Social posts. This is the sitting president's company monetizing the speed of official communications that can swing stocks, energy prices, and bond yields. Critics are calling it a two-tier information system. Lawsuits have already been filed arguing it violates equal public access to presidential statements. And it pretty clearly does, right? Lawmakers have asked the SEC to look at it. Whether it technically meets the legal definition of insider trading or not, the optics are pure pay to play, and it does seem to be about the most obvious example of insider trading that you could have. Regular investors and regular citizens get the news after the machines have already traded on it. That is not a free market. That is a toll booth in front of public information. And the company stands to profit while the president is its largest shareholder. That doesn't set off every conflict of interest alarm you've got. You're not paying attention. Bad business. As per usual with the Trump admin. Now let's go to roast. We're gonna roast somebody, and that is Andrew Cuomo on the Bill Maher show. Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of New York, man who resigned in disgrace after multiple sexual harassment allegations, decides that the Democratic Party's biggest problem is the left. He goes on Maher's show and starts talking about purging certain liberals, saying the progressive wing shouldn't be part of the party. This is the same Andrew Cuomo whose administration was accused of undercutting nursing home deaths during COVID. Same guy whose own staffers described a toxic workplace culture. The same politician tried to come back and got rejected by the New York City voters. And now he's out there lecturing the base like he's the adult in the room. Bill Maher, for his part, has spent years positioning himself as the reasonable liberal who just asks hard questions. Yeah, MAGA questions. Those hard questions keep sounding a lot like talking points from the other side. Hosting Cuomo while he tries to look MAGA adjacent by dumping on the left is not edgy and it's not entertaining. It's just two old doofuses who used to be power players trying to stay relevant by punching down. You don't get to resign under a cloud of scandals and then show up on a late night television acting like the moral compass of the party. That's not leadership. That's not a branding exercise. And the fact that Bill Maher gave him a platform says all you need to know about Bill Maher and where that show is. It's time for that show to call it a day. Enough Bill Maher. There's got to be somebody else who can put on a show on HBO. He sucks. He's got his Club Random podcast nowhere near as classy as either Coca-Cola or Late Night Baltimore. We know that. All right, let's talk about something else that was happening. The sailor and his father. This should matter to people. Joshua Aviles is a U.S. soldier serving aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, which has been in the news lately. The ship's deployment has already stretched longer than planned. In fact, longer than any other ship in U.S. history. Joshua Aviles, I hope I'm getting the name right, is working 12-hour plus days at sea. While he's out there, his father, Luis Manuel Aviles, is a Nicaraguan immigrant who's lived in Key West for 19 years with a work permit, gets arrested by ICE after leaving the house to take his car to a mechanic. Joshua posts that he's fighting for a country that has given me everything. It's sad to see he keeps working those hours knowing that his dad is being treated like a criminal. The Department of Homeland Security's response is basically having a family member in the military is not a free pass. A man is deployed on a carrier defending the country, and the government is locking up his father over immigration status. That's not a policy debate. That's not something to talk about. That's just extremely sad and extremely telling for the times that we are living in right now. Okay, well, that's all we have for today. We know the Orioles have fallen apart. A couple of weeks ago, they had a real shot maybe of making the playoffs, and that would have been cool because baseball will probably have stoppage in the early part of next season. So we might not be looking at baseball after this season for a while yet. The good news is, around the corner and already started on some preseason games, are our own Baltimore Ravens. And this is going to be a great season for the Ravens. In fact, I dare I say, and yes, I do dare say, the Ravens probably will be going to the Super Bowl. And I think that they'll be beating either the Texans or the Bills in the AFC Championship game. And most likely playing a magnificent Rams team who has everything now that they have the sack guy from Cleveland. And so they're probably going to be a powerful team and dominate the NFC. But you never know in football. And the season doesn't start for a couple of weeks now. But we're going to try to put out some podcasts on a faster basis than these. But I hope you do enjoy this show. And we will talk to you soon. This is your host from Late Night Baltimore, drinking a caloric, cold, American bottle of Coca-Cola. And liking it. So F MAGA, have a great day, and we will talk to you all very soon. Goodbye.
Big Rooster.